Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Ryan. I'm Amanda's maid of honor, and I'm going to try and keep this quick because I like public speaking almost as much as Amanda likes being the center of attention. All right, so a little about our history. Amanda and I met and became fast friends when Amanda joined the ranks of the public school kids at Central Square Middle School. By the time we started high school, our friendship was just kind of a known entity at Central Square, even amongst the teachers. Like Mr. Grable, who almost denied my request during his psychology class because, quote, "You only want in because Miller's here, right?" Or Miss Glad, who lovingly referred to us as Team Tardy because we always got distracted on some small adventure between classes and could never seem to make it to English before the bell. Spending so much time with Amanda growing up taught me some universal truths about her. Amanda Miller, universal truth number 1. Syracuse basketball is life. Period, Ed statement. There we go. So it's so much so that I revised the speech 3 times just to cut down on my SU references. And this will be the only one, I promise. So we've all seen the registry, right? Is there any doubt of who put what items on there? If it's orange and blue, it was Amanda. All right, go Q, stuff said. We're going to leave it there. Amanda Miller, universal truth number 2. She doesn't do anything halfway. If she's in, she's all in. So when Amanda told me she had a good friend coming from school to visit one summer, naturally, me being the reigning best friend, got real defensive. I was like breaking out all of that stories. I was gonna bring a yearbook just for evidence. I was ready to do battle. So I'm pulling out all the stops, and then I met Caitlin. And I realized pretty quickly that when Amanda told me she had a good friend visiting, that friend might be a quotation mark. Not long after that, Amanda confided in me that Caitlin was special, and she was obviously very right. You see, part of Amanda's all-in attitude is that she doesn't sweat the small stuff. If she's in, but if she doesn't care, she really does not care. What I mean by this is, how many of you have ever offered Amanda something like a drink, or a seat, or a snack, and she goes, "Oh, I'm fine." Or a choice between 2 things, like cookies or Cheez-Its, movie or TV show, coffee or soda, and her answer is, "I don't care, what do you want?" Because like I said, she doesn't sweat the small stuff. Also, that last one was a trick. Amanda would never drink coffee. Just so you know. That's not small stuff, that's big stuff. Partner. So when Amanda told me that she and Caitlin were together, I knew then, even if she didn't, that this is big stuff. It's not small stuff. Amanda was all in. Which brings me to the first Amanda Miller and Caitlin Leposki, universal truth. These 2 wonderful, beautiful human beings that we're here to celebrate tonight are kind of opposites in a lot of ways. For example, some of us have noticed in the past several years of wedding planning that have happened that Caitlin is a planner. I'm willing to bet a paycheck. I'm willing to bet a paycheck that Caitlin had a hand in every single small detail that you see here today. Whereas Amanda started all of her communications with her bridal party with, "Caitlin wanted me to tell you." Or, "Caitlin needs to know." Also, Caitlin is an incredibly talented artist. If you follow her on social media or if you've seen some of her projects in person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In fact, throughout the night, if you look around at all the custom signs, favors, anything, Caitlin made it by hand. Woo! Woo! Especially the signs, she made them by hand while simultaneously explaining to a group of the rest of us slackers who were sitting around doing nothing the difference between identical twins. She literally gave us the So back to the differences. So Amanda, the only thing that we couldn't do in high school together was group projects, because you and I knew that if we had to put our findings on a poster board or present them in any kind of artistic way, that we would not do it well enough to get a passing grade. Neither one of us could print, draw, use a computer. But as different as they are, in some ways, they're remarkably similar in the most important way. They are two of the most loving and generous souls that any of us have ever met. Professionally, Caitlin selflessly works crazy long hours in the ED to care for some of the most acutely sick and injured people, while Amanda spends hours working to treat kids with physical disabilities and limitations to improve their quality of life and relieve their pain. Caitlin spends her limited free time doing things like building a beautiful custom bookcase for her friends. Woo! While Amanda can always be counted on doing things like flying across the country to help a friend who's having a rough time put together her new crappy furniture in her crappy apartment. So if everyone can join me in raising a glass for my last universal truth. Caitlin and Amanda, individually, you're the best of us, and together as the Millers, you are truly better together.